So a few days ago, I made a podcast episode about guys who, some guy made a tweet that went viral, and he talked about how he was in a drought during the pandemic, right? And I made an impromptu podcast episode about, there's no such thing as a sexual drought for guys during the pandemic, right? It was kind of like a comedic episode. It really wasn't something that was too serious. It actually wasn't even planned for season 5. It was just something I did because I wanted to respond to it because it was so comical when I saw it, right? And it's been well received. It's been well received on the on iTunes and Spotify, Google Podcasts, right? So that episode's been doing really good, and I thank all of you guys for supporting my content. But it made me think about another episode that I did in season 4 that I want to extend or better implement on, right? I did an episode in season 4 entitled The Importance of Penis Discipline, right? So this is going to be the polar opposite of the point I took in the sexual drought episode, right? That's my most recent podcast episode. Didn't do a YouTube video for that one. That one was kind of like a just standalone episode. And if you haven't had a chance to hear that episode, I'll be sure to put a link in the description below of this episode. So I want to talk to you guys, man, in detail about the importance of having penis discipline. Now, what is penis discipline for those of you who don't know? Because I know women listen to my content, younger guys watch my content. Penis discipline pretty much, right, means that you have a standard to how and when you use your sex organs, right? It's not just about not being thirsty, even though in the first episode I was, pretty much telling guys to don't be, try not to be like a whoremonger out here, man. Just hitting anything that has a pulse, that's not what you want to do as an ambitious man, as a career man, as a man who is upwardly mobile financially. That's not what you really want to do, right? So, but when I say penis discipline, I'm talking about controlling your sexual urges to where you're not pursuing sex all the time, to where it gets in the way of things that are important, right? So a lot of guys, and I can say this for myself in the past, man, I have fallen to this category in the past too, to where your every waking moment is revolving around getting laid or trying to smash a hot chick or trying to find something to bend over on a Friday night. Like, guys, look, I get it. Testosterone gives you that urge to where when you see something that looks nice, you want to holler at it, you want to shoot your shot. You see something nice on social media. Guys, look, I get it. But what I want you guys to really, really listen to me on, and I'm not gonna come off preachy and trying to, judge and tell people what to do, man. But this is like almost like a big bro talking to you about things that he's learned and things that he want to pass on. So maybe you can sidestep some of the potholes that he fell in, right? Penis discipline is important for a lot of reasons, man. Let's go beyond the risk of STDs and the potential of child support if you end up getting the wrong chick pregnant that you don't want to be with. Let's talk a lot deeper. Let's talk about the importance of goal setting, right? So you have a certain amount of time each week that you normally dedicate towards work. So the average full-time worker in America works 40 hours a week, right? So you work 40 hours, right? Now you're supposed to sleep 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours a night. So let's just say 56 hours a week, right? So you got 40 plus 56 hours taken out of the total time frame you have for the week. You may have 30 free hours remaining, right? Let's just say you have 30 free hours remaining for the whole week, right? 20 to 30, right? Depending on, if you work overtime or not. 20 to 30 hours, all right? That comes down to about, if you're looking at 20, that comes down to, a few hours a day, right? Let's just say that. So, the purpose of penis discipline is so that you're not spending these 20 or 30 hours pursuing sex or pursuing a woman or pursuing getting a date or whatever, you know what I mean? And if you're a guy who falls in the category to where you can't find a date or you can't get laid or whatever, there's content online that you can watch and view. There's books you can read, you know what I mean? But I'm not a guy who makes content for that. I'm not going to show you how to get booty. I can't teach you how to go out and get laid. I believe every man has the capacity to do that. I don't think that's something that I have to spend a lot of time delving into. What I do want to talk about is the importance of having penis discipline. Penis discipline, man, look, a lot of guys, if you are a Greek mythology guy, if you're a guy who is into history as I was when I was growing up, I will say that the downfall of many civilizations, many kings, many powerful men, the downfall of those great men revolved around a woman. Okay? I mean, look, I'm going to come out and say it. The downfall of a lot of guys historically, a lot of great men revolved around the pursuit of punani. Alright? Now, punani's awesome. Punani's great. I'm not someone who's going to come on here and say vagina is a negative thing. Oh my God, vagina is amazing. But I will say that you have to prioritize things in your life that matters over that, right? We can't just pretend like that's the only thing you should do. So, and this is for the guys who are stable and, working and, building towards something. Most guys who listen to my content, the Be a Man podcast, or they watch the CJ Wilkins YouTube channel, they're guys who are upwardly mobile, guys who are, working towards, sufficiency. They're trying to build something. They're trying to work towards, having more, right? And even for the guys who've already reached that level, if you want to keep it, you're going to have to be very smart with the women you deal with, the women you pursue, how much time you spend pursuing these women, because you want to always have time for leisure and time for fun and time for play and sex or whatever. I get it. We all as human beings have needs that must be met, right? So I'm not telling you guys to become a monk or abstain from sex. I'm just telling you, don't make sex a priority, because when you make sex a priority, you push a lot of other things to the side that you don't need to push to the side, right? Things for your mental health, right? Things that involve, if you're someone who is an avid reader, as I am, someone who likes to learn new things and have new experiences. I'm someone who likes to travel. I love to go out and meet new people, you know what I mean, and do things that I enjoy doing. Like, I'm a cigar guy. Before the pandemic, I was a big baseball game guy, right? I would go catch a baseball game or whatever, or go hang out with the guys. Don't prioritize your life. And this isn't just for single guys trying to get laid. This is for all men, period. Like, there are married men who their whole lives revolve around, their woman at some capacity. And when you talk about that, it's a lot different, because you have at least a solid foundation or a base to where you're not just out here looking for any and everyone. But for the guys who are just out here, casually dating people, out here just knocking down chicks, left and right or whatever, you have to be very careful, man, with who you're messing with, right? And you have to realize that time is a valuable resource. Time is something that you cannot and will not ever get back. That's another component of penis discipline that we have to talk about. Having 24 hours in a day. Everyone has the same 24 hours. You cannot spend a majority of your free time pursuing sex, man, or pursuing women. Like, bro, there's so much more to life, So much more to life. Let me find my water. it's so much more to life than that. You know what I mean? So much more. And I mean, so many more things, bro, that is important. Like, if it gets to the point where it becomes an addiction, you know, some guys have porn addictions. Like, some guys just they can't pursue career aspirations or entrepreneurial aspirations because they're too busy chasing sex. If that's you're who I'm talking about, right? And I'm not talking about you guys in like a negative way or trying to shame you or shun you for having the urges you have or having the desires you have. But if you're a man who wants more in life, if you want to, expand and elevate and go to higher levels and higher plateaus, and guys, look, you're going to have to check that. You're going to have to check your want for the female anatomy because, dude, as awesome as it is, what's even more awesome is realizing your fullest potential, reaching goals, hitting high points that you thought you would never be able to make. But persistence and just working hard and being dedicated towards these things, guys, that is what, that's the beauty of being on your purpose is about. And here at the Be a Man podcast and here on the CJ Wilkins YouTube channel, those are things I want us to really, really be on, in 2021 and beyond, So always just realize, guys, there's so much more to life, man, than getting laid and, smashing, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much more than that, There's goals that we have to reach. There's, lives that we can positively impact and change, But that starts with us, We have to begin that journey with us. If you can't change the world unless you change yourself, right? We've all heard that a million times, but that's very true. So I'm going to end this episode, man. Thank you guys so much for listening to the CJ Wilkins YouTube channel and the Be a Man podcast. We're in season 5 now. I can't believe I've had this much to talk about, as much as I love to talk even, man. So I'm very humble and I'm very moved by the support from day one to new listeners to guys or girls who've met me in between. Thank you guys so much. And as always, I'm CJ and I'm out. Peace.